everyone, welcome back. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, thanks for coming along. So today we are outside in my garden and we're going to do a little update. I'm mostly planning on working on my jade plant in the front yard. I've done multiple videos on it. It's about a 50-year-old jade plant. It was here when we got the house and I've bonsaied it, pruned it, whatever you want to call it, a couple times, actually one time. And I'm going to redo it again. It's been about a year. So if that's what you came here for, I'll go ahead and put a timestamp down below and you can just fast forward to that. I will say for Southern California, it's a very, very common jade we have here. And it's mostly considered a weed to many people, cut up and thrown away quite often. I think the coolest part and why I'm keeping it is just because it's gotten so big. I hate to get rid of such a cool plant that's taken so long to get that big. So we're definitely going to be pruning that off, and I've been doing a lot of work in the backyard, mostly pulling weeds, but also some things are just blooming really pretty when I was checking around things here. So I figured I'd bring you guys along, do a quick little update, and get you guys to the front yard. I've been doing a lot of, as of late, is pulling weeds. So a lot of stuff has got a little bit neglected in the succulent land because of that, but you know, that's the nice thing about succulents. They can kind of leave them and forget them. How cool are these looking though? Cotyledon is really good. The cotyledon pendants, I think, and then the string of pearls, rainbow. This is a little propagation I'm getting for my sister going. But yeah, those are looking really good. They really love being in the shade. The best thing I ever did for them is I had them sitting up higher. I moved them down so they can get more sun on the top and still have shade, and they just flourished. So that was one of the things I've done that has definitely helped them. The main thing over here that I thought was super cute, this guy. So he just started to bloom. I haven't even put him in a little pot yet. This is a little peanut cactus. Super cute, but yeah. So really pretty, very excited about that. That's one thing I need to do is get back with my succulents, but I've just been so busy working on the yard that I haven't had time. You know, when you work all day, you only have a couple of days on the weekends to get things done. But I'm going to be doing an update and kind of showing you, this is about a year in installation. I know I featured this on all of my videos, but it's still looking amazing as always. And look how huge, oops, ouch. Look how huge this Dudley is. And these are all these offshoots I need to pull off, but it's just looking, it's looking a little non-purposeful over here. So I definitely want to do a large update and give it a good pruning and repurpose some things. Here's the biggest thing that's happened. Cactus, a palm tree that basically started from a little seedling when we got the place, and we meant to get rid of it and never did, and then it grew into A, this, and then B, it was probably about 20 feet tall, I would say. So we just had my cousin's kid came over, and look at that, all gone. So that's good. That's going to be a project, just getting rid of all those. They are not the easiest thing to get rid of. They have horrible little spikes on them. Anyone who likes palm trees, I don't understand. I think they're not fun to deal with. They are kind of a giant mess. They're really good to look at from a distance. Do not want them in my yard at all. I'm going to be taking all these though and putting them in places in the yard and just using them to put for pots. So that'll be nice, but this is my whole, this is a great garden area, so I'm wanting to keep this whole area open for more raised beds. This is all my garden beds. Everything's going good. I just finally went in and put a bunch of, because I have a huge pine tree behind me, and I just recently went and decided to, I was going to get straw, but I haven't had time to get it. Haven't really even had time to look into where to get it from. So I just went through and mulched this whole area with pine needles, because you know, I have plenty of pine needles to spare. So why go buy something when you can get something else to work just as well? This night blooming jasmine, which is blooming during the day, is just so gorgeous. Look at this whole thing, and it smells so good at night. So that's basically the backyard. So we're going to go ahead and get to work on the front yard. Lucy has been doing a very good job, well, for her, catching gophers. She could do a better job, but she's still learning. So hopefully she'll be catching more, because I have gophers like crazy here. That's why I have to do all raised beds, because otherwise the gophers will eat everything. I recently discovered I have rabbits because I planted some spinach, and alas, no more spinach. They ate the spinach I don't like. Planted new spinach and they gobbled that up within 12 hours. So that won't be working anymore. I had to put them in my raised beds. Hopefully they survive. So that's the backyard. The work in progress like everything else. And I'm going to go get to work on pruning the front yard. So with this plant here, you can tell where the sun hits it the most, because over here, leaves are very green. All the little blooms you can see are just spent. And then as you move a little bit this way, you have a little more reddish on the leaves, which I actually prefer that color. This all needs to go away, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pruning this thing. I don't know if you watched my previous videos, but basically I want to see mostly all the trunk. I don't care about all this branching. This is pretty much all going to be coming off. And we are going to just turn this back into its former glory. So let's get going. Okay, first thing we got to do is move all these plants away. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do is get in here. Ouch. I found last time I did this that a knife works really well. Sometimes it's hard, especially when they're like small little spaces, to get in there and cut them with like loppers or pruners or whatnot. So, well, that was awesome. I was recording, but I wasn't. So I cut off a bunch of stuff at the bottom, trimmed it all off. I'm going to show you guys a view from the back side, because it's a little bit more open and you can kind of see what's going on here. I'm basically going to be going through, getting rid of all of these little suckers. Don't want them here. I also don't want this. In fact, I think I might get rid of this too, but we're going to stand back and look. So we're just going to be cutting off all this little stuff, because I definitely don't want that. And then standing back and seeing what else I don't want. Also, I don't want to get this thing too heavy and fall over and lose the whole thing, because I don't ever water this ever. It all completely rainwater, but this is a lot of weight. So I definitely want to keep it as minimal in branching as possible, just to keep the weight off so I don't have anything fall off and break. I haven't had any of that happen yet, but you know what? It's never too late for something like that to happen. So let's keep cutting. Looking at it from this way, definitely getting rid of this, because like I said, I don't want going out, I want it going up. So we're going to cut that off and probably get rid of this one here and get rid of the one down below. Basically everything at the bottom is going. I only want to see the trunk from a distance and branching at the top. So I think I'm going to limb up a lot of these. I don't know if you can see this, but see, look, this one got a crack all the way. I'm hoping it doesn't keep cracking. I think there's maybe too much weight on there. Who knows? So that's not good. That's unfortunate. Hopefully he will heal over and be okay. But for now, we're just going to keep cutting. I think I'm definitely going to limb up some stuff down here. It doesn't need, I don't want all those branches out. I'm liking how this is looking over here. That is exactly what I want to look. This I do not want. So this is going to go. Oh, as I fall over a turtle. Not a real turtle. I was really trying to figure if I wanted to keep this, and since it was such a nice large branch, I didn't want to get rid of it. And the one above it too. I'm still, it's kind of one of those, once you cut it off, you're stuck. So I might just keep it there, but I'm really thinking next time I do this, because I'm really not happy with these two that come out. Either one of those. I like this. I love this. But this is looking good. Look at that. Just a couple little, I didn't even really prune that much. Probably these bigger ones, like say this one right here, I'll like limb up and plant it, because you know what, these make really good hedges. So I'm definitely going to keep the larger pieces just because they're really handy to use in some spaces, and they're really easy to get rid of if you don't want them. They're just kind of heavy because they are very much full of water. And this looks so much better. Really liking that. A lot better. See, I don't know. I think those need to go. What do you guys think? I'm still not mentally prepared, because once you cut them, you can't bring them back. Struggle's real. But I'm liking this. Oh, this needs to go over here. Okay, bye-bye, little guy. You can go away. You can go away. And you, like I said, I'm definitely not a master pruner. Probably if this was a more exciting jade, to be honest, that wasn't just a weedish type jade, I would like columns. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. I really love the curly crassulas, and those can be bonsai'd up in pots to some really cool looking stuff. But this thing just prolifically grows here, and I kind of feel like it's a good learning plant to decide what you do and don't like. I don't like this. I also want, I'm kind of concerned that this is splitting. Might just have too much weight on it. So I'm trying to get rid of some of the weight too. It doesn't need all this on it. And with the summer coming, it's going to be even more harsh out here. Let's see here. This I'm liking. This is really cute. Don't need so many of these little leaves on here. But everything's looking great. I'm going to do some pruning in the back now and kind of thin out all these. And I think it's mostly done, actually. Didn't even need to cut off that much. Just a little pile. Not too bad at all. So I'm just babbling while I try to figure out this section down here. Like, I really don't. I'm not a huge fan. Well, maybe for now I'll just cut off this bottom part. It's not going down, it's at least growing up. And get rid of this. But I like that look better, because then I can plant something along the side there. I think I'm going to kind of leave it for now and revisit it tomorrow with fresh eyes. That's a problem, you know, you can start pruning and then you can prune too much and you can't take it back. So I'm going to let it kind of sit, think about its life for a little bit, and we will revisit tomorrow to see if there's anything else I want to cut off. Okay, well, it's the next morning, and I think after inspecting it, I'm pretty much happy with everything, except I came out and I was like, I don't remember cutting anything off. Yeah, fell down overnight. Who knows what happened? So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. But yeah, what in the world? I'm a little annoyed, but alas, it is what it is. Can't do anything about that. And there it is, hanging out. Well, I guess I can replant that. It'll be kind of cute in the backyard. But darn it. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming along. Hope you guys enjoyed the little pruning up of this jade, and we will catch you guys again on the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.